You love reality dating shows. I love reality dating shows, and we all talk about the contestants like we know them because they allow themselves to be so vulnerable with an audience of millions of people. But what's really going on in their love lives once they're no longer in front of an audience? I'm Nicole Moore, celebrity love coach and founder of the LoveWorks Method, and I've helped thousands of women get the love that they deserve. One of the shows that really blew up this year was Netflix's Too Hot to Handle. On the show, one woman stood out to me, and her name is Chloe Vietch. And she's just this bright light of sunshine and beauty. So we teamed up and I coached her, and she's graciously allowing her love coaching session to be shared. So many people have this idea that if somebody's in the public eye or on a TV show, if they're a celebrity, that it somehow means that everything in their life is easier, including dating. And trust me, because I've worked with celebs on these shows, I've worked with very powerful women, I've worked with women who seem to have it all. And the thing that unifies us all is that nearly every single woman has some challenges or insecurities or fears in her love life, and Chloe is no different. But she beautifully shared some of her challenges here. And what I love is that you're going to see yourself through her through this behind the scenes look at her coaching session. And stay tuned until the end because I'll share 10 free soulmate attracting journal prompts with you in case you want to find love too, just like Chloe does.
I'm glad that we're talking. And you can kind of help me in terms of my type of guys.
We always tend to think at first, like, this is just the way it is, and I can't do anything to change it. And I feel like that's the place you're in a little bit right now, Chloe, where it's like, I don't know. Well, this is just what I attract. And what I want you to start to understand and really feel into is you can change your love life. I know it doesn't feel like that right now, but you can change your love life. And it all starts with changing the emotions and the thoughts and the beliefs. So the first thing I want to ask you is, can you begin to believe that maybe you can change your love life? Like, do you feel like you can change it? You, not the guys, but that you can change it. Because we can't change unless you believe you can change it.
Not at the minute. I feel that I'm so used to being with those types of guys. Any other guy that isn't that typical lad doesn't faze me. They're not enough. Since coming off the show, I've stayed single. And at the minute, I've been on a couple of dates. And I have changed in the sense of I will not let a guy treat me wrong. I will not let a guy talk down to me, belittle me, and make me feel like I have to have sex with him within the first 24 hours of knowing him. Mm-hmm. So there's loads of different things on my checklist. I've got a geezer, someone that's good in bed, someone that's boisterous, someone that can handle themselves, someone that can look after me, not financially, but someone that is just there for me mentally. Because if I have had a really hard day or I'm feeling quite pressurized by Instagram or the comments that I'm getting, I want someone that I can just come home to and talk to without them. I need someone that's much more than looks. So personality is definitely something that I need to go for as well.
Yeah. Do you believe that you can have both in one person?
100%.
Yeah. So that's great. If you believe that you can have it both in one person, that's a great starting place because you can't get it in your love life until you believe it. So it sounds like, Chloe, you're attracting people in your life, men in your life, though, based on a feeling of a void within. Like, I'm empty. So I want to hear from you. What are the feelings that these guys are giving you, or what do you think they're going to give you? Because it sounds like you're like attracting these guys in, and it's like, well, maybe if I just get this guy to love me or want to be with me, he's going to make me feel X, Y, Z, which is what a lot of women do, right? We kind of attract guys from a space of lack within, and then we think they're going to give it to us, and then they don't give it to us, and then they also give us a bunch of pain, and then we're like, WTF, right? Like, I thought this was going to be a good guy, but we have to change the place we're attracting from to begin with. So what are these guys so great? What are they going to give you? Or what do you think they're going to give you inside? What's that feeling that you're missing?
The feeling that I'm missing is being content. I don't feel content in my relationships because I constantly feel like there's one argument that's waiting to happen, or one thing that, like my ex that I was with him I knew him around a year, and I was with him majority of that. And I met him just after I come off the show, and he was really abusive. He was mentally draining. I was constantly crying and treading on eggshells because I didn't want him to think I was cheating on him. At one point, I even turned my notifications off because I thought, anytime my phone dings, I am scared that he is going to think it's another guy. And from then on, I'm like so headstrong that I do not need a man in my life, that I put myself off guys that I date. So I'm looking for all these things. Like, I want them to make me feel content. I want them to make me feel like I am a princess. But before they get to that point, I'm already putting them in the bin, because I'm like, no, just in case you're a bad guy. Or do I need a guy? No, I don't. Because I've never been on my own. I've always been in a relationship. I've always been a relationship person. I'm not kind of used to going out. I've always been in a relationship.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're doing a thing that a lot of women do, Chloe, is where they have a lot of bad relationships or bad feelings from guys, from certain kinds of guys. So then they mix the two together. So they're like, all my exes brought me all these bad feelings over here. So it must be love. It must be a relationship. And they mix the two things together. And then they're just like, no, I don't want it all. Instead of focusing on the right kind of energy and the right kind of guys and knowing that you can bring that in. So what we want you doing is kind of imagining that you're like this magnet, and that you can repel the bad guys with your energy and your belief and all of that, and attract in the good guys. So the first step to doing that is you have to de-link them. So I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, can you notice or can you believe in a reality where love is here, my right hand, and it's good and it's amazing, and there's a great guy and he treats you really well. And then the shitty guys, the bad guys, the insecure guys, it sounds like they were insecure at the end of the day. Those guys are over here, and they're not, they're mutually exclusive. They're not combined together. I want you to start to imagine that kind of reality. Can you just imagine it? Can you open up your mind to that possibility? That it's not like if you find love, automatically all the negative feelings you felt in the past are going to come. Because that's when women say, no, I don't want a relationship. I don't want a relationship. They're really just saying, I'm tired of those negative feelings.
Yeah,
I don't want negative feelings. So I want you to kind of notice that for yourself, because we can do this. We can block a relationship without realizing it, because we're just like, I don't want to feel that way. So we have to separate it, Chloe. So I want you to like just say out loud, it's possible that I want a great relationship. Like, could you even let that in right now? Or are the defenses so up to the bad feelings?
Yeah, I mean,
I want to notice, like, can you even let that possibility in right now? Because it's going to show us how afraid you are of the negative feelings, if that makes sense.
I mean, as soon as I go to say it, I think, but then am I just being naive?
Yeah.
Because I've had some good relationships, and the last couple have just been like, wow, do I even want to go there?
Yeah, because they're mixed together right now, which is what happens to every woman, by the way. When we have pain in relationships, all of a sudden our system is like, it's like a relationship becomes a threat almost. You know what I mean? And so we're like, well, I'm going to focus on my business. And hello, you're busy. You got lots of things to do. It's not like you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs. But let me tell you something, Chloe. I've worked with so many like powerful, successful women that are in their 40s or late 30s, or sometimes in their 50s. And they've been doing the same thing that you're doing, like right now, for like 20 years. And then they're like, shit, I want a partner. But then they've been in this place for so long of like, I want love, but I'm scared of love, which is what I feel like you're at right now. I want it, but I don't want the negative feelings. I want it, but I don't believe it can be that great. And then it's harder. So you're at a beautiful place right now, Chloe, because you're young enough that you can kind of kick those patterns, and you don't have to be in a relationship right now. You could choose to be in a relationship in 5 years, who knows? But you could be choosing it from a better place emotionally than like, are you gonna hurt me? Does that make sense? Because I can feel within you, I can feel it right now, that somewhere deep inside of you, there's still that Chloe that's like, yes to love.
At the minute, I'm sort of like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm surrounded by guys that either cheat or that are really manipulative, that try and have sex with you all the time, that could go out without you knowing and sleep with other girls and then come home to you one night. And it's like, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know I'm not looking for someone like that.
Yeah. So I want you to feel that beautiful part within you that's like, I love. You're a lover. Like, you're a lover, right? So I want you to feel that part within you, but it's almost like that part right now is really scared and it doesn't want to come out fully. But here's the thing, Chloe. The footballers, the geezer, I can't say it with your accent, but so when I say it American, it doesn't mean old man. The geezers and all those guys, how do you think their heart is actually feeling? Their heart is feeling the same way that your heart's feeling right now. So you know that feeling of like, I want to love, but I'm so scared. I want to love, but I'm so scared. Guys have that probably even more than women do. The players, the guys who just want sex, those guys, if you were to look inside their hearts, they are terrified.
I just feel like with guys, women that want a relationship, that meet guys like that, they try to change them. And like, I'm a saver. So what I do is I meet a guy that is severely messed up. And I'm like, do you know what? I want to help you. I'm going to love you and nurture you and care for you. And then I don't get that in return.
Yes.
But I'm putting myself in that situation. I know what I'm moving towards. I'm with someone that is scarred or damaged or insecure. And when I look at guys that are players, I'm like, there's obviously something that's hurt you in the past. I could help that. And then I can't. And I'm like, oh, why didn't you change for me?
Yeah. So they can't. I think you're coming to that place where you realize that the insecure guys, it's not that your love isn't great, but love doesn't change fearful people. So what I want you starting to put your focus on, Chloe, is the guy who feels the way you need him to feel on the inside. The reason you're attracting those guys isn't because that's all the kind of guys that are out there. It's because of something inside of you, because other women attract the same kind of guy over and over again, but it's a different kind of guy than you're attracting. You keep attracting in the same energy, which means it's because of an energy within you. Does that make sense?
Get that. I actually do. It's the law of attraction, isn't it?
Mirror reflection. Yeah. So I want you to feel inside your heart. There's this loving part of you, and then there's all that fear. Can you connect to the fear? Can you take a deep breath? I know it's hard. I know you don't want to go there. But guess what? At least in love coaching with me, I always lovingly.
Getting emotional.
Yeah, it's okay. Everyone, by the way, every single first coaching session that I've ever had with a woman, she cried. So, but here's the thing, Chloe.
You don't actually realize that,
yeah, but this is good, because as you face those feelings inside and you actually let them out, you stop being a magnet for the dudes that are afraid to feel these feelings. You see what I'm saying? And and then it shifts. So I want you to feel that fear and just kind of be present with it. We're not going to make it go away. There's a reason that you're afraid. You've had hurtful experiences. Of course, a part of you is afraid. Of course. But the more we okay, I'm just going to work. I'm just going to live my life. I don't need a guy. On top of the fear.
barrier. It is a barrier. Because I would like to just find someone that was right for me.
Exactly. So as you feel the fear, love, what you'll notice is that it kind of starts to go away. Not completely, but the more you just feel the feeling, the more it's going to go away on its own. So in our love life, we tend to do this crazy thing, and everyone does it, not just you, where we're like, I have a bunch of negative feelings and pain on the inside. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to hope that I attract in someone who makes me feel great. And then magically that person is going to make all these feelings go away, right? But it doesn't happen. That never happens, right? So the trick with love is you have to think of it like love is an energy game. Like the game of love is all about energy. You're always attracting based on your energy. You're always attracting based on like what those feelings are inside of you. When you shift that, it's like a magnet. You can change who you attract. So the avoidant guys, the just want sex guys, they are probably deeply afraid to even just do what you just did for a second, Chloe, which is feel those feelings. Can you imagine those guys actually like doing that? No. Because they're afraid, right? So that's why it's so easy for them to be like, let me just go with another girl. It distracts them. It doesn't make them happy, but they're just trying everything they can to distract them from feeling this feeling. So as you're brave to feel these feelings, you start to break down that wall that's around your heart. I want you to notice if the fear, if you can just be present with it, and you can let more of your heart energy come forward. Because we don't want to lose the part of you that's like, yay, love. I'm so happy for love. I just want to give my love. And I just want to like share it with the world. We don't want to lose that part, because that part will be so beautiful with the right guy who can actually respect you and see what a prize you are and how lucky he is to be with you. So what women think is, I'm going to just convince these guys to choose me, and then magically somehow like I'll feel better, or my love's going to show them how good I am. But people can't really see through their walls of fear, right? So as you're letting this wall of fear kind of go away just by being willing to feel it, and you're connecting with your heart that's so beautiful, I want you to imagine that there's a guy in front of you who looks the way you need him to look, but I want you to feel that he's in front of you and he's here for you and he's your man, and he's not carrying those negative energies. So he's not super insecure or jealous or needy. He doesn't feel bad about himself, so he doesn't need to tear you down. He's not possessive. He doesn't have those feelings. He's just coming at you with this open heart, and he's seeing you, and he's like, wow, this woman is incredible. This woman is amazing.
Where do I find that?
Yeah, you find it first from within. You feel it first. If you can't feel it, then you're gonna, because what we're trying to do, Chloe, is like, love is so tricky, because exactly what you said, where do I find it? And we're all like looking with our eyes like, oh, and the dating app's crap, and my DM's crap, and then we see all the stories about this person cheating on this person. There's so much that we see that's not that. But what I want you to start doing is getting connected to this, because it's almost like we're pulling him into your world. You might not even see him in your world yet, but we're like pulling him in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I want you to the first step is feeling it, energetically connecting to it, and starting to believe that it's real. Mm-hmm. So I want you to feel that guy, and I want you to get to know in this moment what it feels like before he's in your life. This is like manifesting love, right? It's drawing that love to you. Because it's very easy to get crappy love, as you know. It's very easy to get any old guy. It's very easy to get like the normal reality. But if you want a guy that's like super amazing, you literally have to like call him in. You got to like bring him in. So I want you to feel that. Feel him in front of you as if he's real. And just breathe and start feeling it. And I want you to notice if your heart is like, yay, let me let him in, or if your mind starts to say, but what if this, but what if that? Or is it like just a pure yes?
I think, yeah, my mind's just a bit like, oh, but yeah, is he though? Or could he be? No. What if?
Yeah. So that's good. It's a good thing that that's coming up, Chloe, because that's showing us basically any of the resistances you have or any of the doubts that you have. And it's a good thing because then when you know that it's there, you can turn them around and you can start to work on believing it and feeling it. So like manifesting love, bringing someone that's super great into your reality, that's 10 times better than anyone that you ever had before, that makes you go like, what the hell was I doing? And like, I can't believe I didn't know it could be this good. Like that kind of love, what it requires is for in your mind, you want to believe it, right? So we notice there's a little bit of doubt. It's okay, you have a little bit of doubt. Most women have a little to a lot amount of doubt. But what you can do, Chloe, even like after this call, this session, is you could sit with a journal and you could write down, okay, why don't I believe I can have that kind of guy? And just write down, I don't believe it because of this. I don't believe it because of that. Just start to get it out of your system. Yeah. That's step one. And then you can look at, okay, well, what if I believe the opposite? What if I believed that finding this person was easy? What if I believed that finding this person was inevitable? What if I believed that I'm so loving and awesome and amazing and such a great catch and so beautiful and I have so much to give that of course the right person would come my way? And you can start to play with like, if you believed that those things, and we'll do it right now. If you believe those things, so imagine in your mind right now, instead of like, these guys don't exist, guys just want sex, whatever. Imagine if your mind was full of those thoughts. Well, of course I'm gonna find the right person because I'm awesome and I'm amazing in love, so why wouldn't I have a match? Of course he's gonna see me and he's gonna know I'm the one for him, and why would he want anyone else when like I'm everything he needs and he knows that? So if your mind was full of those thoughts, how would you feel?
I would feel content with myself and I would feel happy.
Okay, that's key. That's huge. Because remember what you said at the beginning. The reason that I'm searching for these men is because I want to feel content and I don't feel content. But what you just said.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Exactly.
Loaded.
So that's key.
Search for someone to fill me and to like complete me. And when that doesn't happen, it's like a bit more of me gets chipped away because I found the wrong guy. Yeah. The reason why I found the wrong guy is because I'm not happy within myself and I need to understand my worth and my quality and believe that I do deserve someone that is all those things that I kind of try and feel. That place. Yeah.
So that's the key for you. So this is what I mean, because you can get to that feeling. You just got to it right now. That feeling of content and happy within yourself. A guy didn't just magically, a guy's not sitting on your couch right now. like the guy isn't here physically right now, but you could bring yourself to that feeling anyway. That's the real power that you've been looking for, Chloe. That's the real power. Because when you don't need a man to make you feel that way, that's when you really stop getting in those bad relationships and taking crap and trying to save people.
Thank you so much to Chloe for opening up and for doing the work to allow in the love that she deserves. She has a beautiful heart, and I know she's going to experience the greatest of loves. If you want to hear her full hour-long coaching call session and see what love coaching is really like, you can listen in on my podcast, Love Works with Nicole Moore, which I will link below. Did you watch Too Hot to Handle? Did you love Chloe's coaching session with me? Leave me a comment. I want to know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.